I now request the guests to rise and join our students for the national anthem. Students under the guidance of Ms. Zara Madni will present the national anthem. I now request the registrar to come up to the rostrum so we can officially begin the proceedings.
May I request the chair of the Board of Governors to declare the convocation open.
I hereby declare the convocation open.
We begin the proceedings with the recitation of the Holy Quran and its translation from Surah Al-Fatiha by Usman Anwar, third-year student of Communication Design.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. Translation. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful. All praise is for Allah, Lord of all worlds, the most compassionate, most merciful. Master of the day of judgment, O Allah, you alone we worship and you alone we ask for help. Guide us to the straight path. O Allah, the path of those you have blessed, not the path of those you are displeased with or those who are astray. Ameen. अल्लाह के नाम से शुरू जो नहायत मेहरबान रहमत वाला है। तब तमाम तारीफ़ें अल्लाह के लिए हैं जो तमाम जहानों का पालने वाला है, बहुत मेहरबान नहायत रहम वाला है, जज़ा के दिन का मालिक है। ए अल्लाह, हम तेरी ही इबादत करते हैं और तुझी से मदद चाहते हैं, हमें सीधे रास्ते पर चला। ए अल्लाह, उन लोगों के रास्ते पर जिन पर तूने एहसान किया, ना कि उनके रास्ते पर जिन पर तेरा गज़ब हुआ और ना भटके हुओं के। आमीन। सदक़ल्लाहुल अज़ीम।
The Dean and Executive Director of the Indus Valley School of Art and Architecture, Dr. Faisal Mushtaq, will present the welcome address.
Chair of the Board of Governors, Mr. Zubair Sumro, members of the board and the executive committee, faculty members, distinguished guests, and the graduating class of 2024. Welcome to the 31st Convocation of IVS. This year, we are honoring the achievements of 184 students who formed the graduating batch of 2024. This is the largest number of students graduating in a single year from IVS in its history, and includes a second batch of graduates from the MPhil program, in addition to our 6 undergraduate programs. You are now joining the 2,469 alumni who have passed out of IVS before you, and who are making their mark across various fields of art, design, and architecture in Pakistan and around the world. Congratulations. The 4 or 5 years you have spent at IVS have certainly not been easy. Your teachers and your parents can vouch for that. You have learned, unlearned, laughed, cried, made friendships, made memories, have felt frustrated, felt elated, felt unsure, but at the end, you rose to the challenge put before you. How do I know that? Because I have looked at the thesis work you have produced and am amazed by the range of ideas, energy, vision, creativity, and skill that one can see in that. I'm so incredibly proud of all of you. That thesis work is on display all over campus this afternoon, and I urge everyone here to go take a look if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much to the faculty and the families who enabled and supported these brilliant students in getting them to this stage. And to all the graduating students, this is your day to shine, and the future is yours. It is the end of an era, but the start of something new and wonderful. As you go out and face the world, remember that you have the power to change it for the better. Each one of you on your own, but even more so together through your collective action. I cannot wait to see what you all end up achieving, and I'm sure you will all make your alma mater very proud. Just over the last year, IVS alumni won multiple awards at national and international forums and have had their work showcased. It's a long list, but let me share some of it with all of you here. So fine art alum Iman Ahmed represented Pakistan at Voices 2024 held in Seoul, South Korea. Maheen Hussein's work was selected for the exhibition, The Great Mughals, Art, Architecture and Opulence, held at the Victoria and Albert Museum in London. Hafsa Muin became the first Pakistani to exhibit her work at Maxi National Museum of 21st Century Contemporary Art in Rome. Fine art alum Noor Butt won the Art Intercept Inception Grant for 2024 for art writers. From architecture, Syed Ahmed Mushtaba won the Commonwealth Association for Architects President's Category Award. Maria Mirza won first position in the IAP Graduate Award. Sadia Amna got an honorable mention in the IAP Graduate Award. And Zarlashta Khan got an honorable mention in the IAP Kausar Bashir Ahmed Award. Nabiha Nadeem, Insia Huzaifa, and Neha Mansoor got second position in the Goethe Institute Sustainable Design Competition. Well done. Textile design alum Yusra Tanveer's work was featured in Garland magazine. Nimra Ahmed won the runner-up Rising Star Award at the TDAP Fashion Show, while students from the textile and fashion design departments participated in the 26th edition of Textile Asia at the Expo Center in Karachi. Abdullah Khan's short film, A Clay Horse, won the Divergent Minds Panorama Award at the Tirana International Film Festival 2023. Sarosh Ahmed's short film, Where Is My Yellow, won the Best Sound Design Award at the Newplex Film Festival. IVS alum and faculty member Zarmeen Shah was one of the curators for a major exhibition of art and architecture from Pakistan since the 1940s at the National Museum of Qatar, titled Manzar. The exhibition is on till January and features a large number of artists and architects who have been associated with IVS over the years, including founders Noorjahan Bilgarami and Imran Mir, those who have taught here, Meher Afroz, Madiha Ijaz, David Aylesworth, Sophia Balagamwala, Yamine Chaudhary, Naiza Khan, Shahana Rajani, Zara Mulkani, Maria Lukman, Fazil Rizvi, Saira Sheikh, and Omar Wasim, and alumni of IVS. Samia Arif, Humayun Memon, Marvi Mazhar, Asma Mundrawala, Huma Mulji, Seema Nusrat, and Sadia Salim, as well as Kiran Ahmed, who designed the catalog. Many of these alumni are teaching at IVS even now, so this is a major accomplishment. Here on campus as well, we have had an exciting year with many events for the IVS community and for the public. The IVS Gallery has held a number of exhibitions by visiting artists as well as faculty members and alumni, including the 8th Alumni Show as part of the Founders Day 2024, and a retrospective exhibition on Danish Azhar Zubi's life and work, curated by the Interior Design Department. Fine art students created an exhibition titled Sacred Reverberations, based on their trip with fine art faculty to the Riddhi Vihar temple in Sri Lanka. We held the Critical Futures Creative Labs residency program in the gallery over the summer, and the work of these artists will be part of the Critical Futures conference that will be held at IVS this coming February. Volume 6 of the IVS journal Hybrid was launched this year, which is an interdisciplinary, research-based art and design publication that is unique in Pakistan. The Department of Communication Design held the second edition of the IVS Film Festival that provides a platform for young and aspiring filmmakers across the country to showcase their work and connect with industry experts and mentors. And the Communication Design Department also held an Interaction Design Symposium this year. That was the first. The Liberal Arts Department held the first ever IVS undergraduate research conference, which is now going to be held annually. The generous support of donors has been crucial in allowing us to offer financial assistance and scholarships to deserving students, and to help us upgrade critical campus infrastructure, such as computer labs and teaching studios. I want to acknowledge some of the donors who have contributed to IVS recently. The Infaq Foundation, Getz Pharma, the Abdullah Foundation, Mr. Riaz Chunoy, KNN's Foundation, the Orange Tree Foundation, the Asim Butt Trust, Crescent Steel, Miss Sharmeen Ubaid Chunoy, and Mr. Sher Asfanyar Khan, among others. Let me wrap up by thanking the entire team that made it possible for us to conduct this convocation ceremony. The registrar, Mr. Umair Saeed, and the academics team, Adnan Hanif and Preetham Nanji from administration, all the staff as well as faculty and student volunteers, my immense gratitude to all of you. A very special thank you to all members of the housekeeping staff, the gardeners, and security guards who keep campus life running smoothly. Finally, it gives me great pleasure to announce the keynote speaker for the 31st IVS Convocation. On behalf of IVS graduates, the faculty, the Board of Governors, and the Executive Committee, it is my privilege to welcome Mr. Fakir Syed Aijazuddin to IVS. Mr. Aijazuddin, OBE, FCA, has had a distinguished professional career as a chartered accountant in both private and public sectors in Pakistan and abroad. He is also an art historian and the author of 22 books spanning such diverse topics as the work of 19th century British and European artists who visited Punjab and other parts of India, antique maps of the region, the history of Lahore, miniature paintings from the Punjab hills, international relations, and personal memoirs. In addition to having taught at LUMS and serving as the principal of Aijazuddin College, Lahore, he has held various senior level positions at the Lahore Museum, the Asia Society in New York, as a fellow of the National College of Arts in Lahore, and as honorary consul for the United Kingdom in Lahore. Some of you might know him from his weekly column in Dawn newspaper, where he writes about culture and politics. I now invite Mr. F.S. Aijazuddin to the rostrum to deliver his keynote address for the convocation.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Mr. Zubair Sumro, Chairman Board, whose kind invitation has brought me here. Shahab Ghani Khan Sahab, Chairman of the Executive Committee. Dr. Faiza Mushtaq, who's been extremely generous. Sorry about that, yeah. Hawa mein udta jaye. Thank you. Dr. Faiza Mushtaq, who's been extremely generous in her introduction, members of the Executive Committee, honorable governors, hardworking faculty, the diligent staff who ensure the smooth functioning of the Indus Valley School, the graduating class of 2024, who I understand are arranged on either side, and proud parents who made your presence here possible. Assalamu alaikum. To say that I'm honored to be the guest speaker today would be an understatement. I'm humbled, and especially so after the reviewing the list of previous speakers. I'm particularly touched that we have Dr. Ishrat Hussain, former Governor State Bank, and we have Akil Bilgrami Saab, who made me walk around this plot when you were acquiring it more than 30 years ago. So I'm deeply touched that you should be here. You've had actors, authors, architects, bankers, broadcasters, businessmen, poets, and scholars at your previous convocations. You did not, I notice though, have a chartered accountant. So well here, that omission has been corrected. By inviting me, you're honoring my profession. But more importantly, you're acknowledging that art and commerce are not simply the mundane transaction of buying and selling or commissioning houses and buildings or selling cloth. You are including the wider spectrum of society in your fraternity. My only qualification for standing here before you is that many, many years ago, long before you or even your parents were born, I had the opportunity in 1966 of studying the collection of miniature paintings in the Lahore Museum. It was more self-study, really, for I did not have a tutor other than the paintings themselves. I was asked by Professor Shakir Ali Saab, then principal of the National College of Arts, to catalogue 700 or more miniature paintings in the museum. There was no wall between the museum and the NCA then. I could cross the invisible barrier and interact with professors like Khalid Iqbal Saab, Nayyar Ali Dada, Kamil Khan Mumtaz, and Sayyid Akhtar. And many of them, I noticed, had been speakers at your earlier convocations. And it was in the NCA that I first met Shanaz Ismail. She was one of two students studying textile design. The other was Tahira, who later married Nayyar Ali Dada. I began in the summer of 1966 and survived on daily lunches of chikur chole. It used to cost 1 rupee per plate plus 1 naan. It took me 8 months to complete my research, but then discovered that neither the Lahore Museum nor anyone else was prepared to publish my work. And then it took another 11 years before my catalogue came out in book form under the title of Pahari Paintings and Sikh Portraits in the Lahore Museum in 1977. When my publishers, Sotheby Park Burnett, wanted material for a publicity blurb, I asked them whether they wanted me to mention that I was a chartered accountant. Oh God, no, they said. That would destroy your credentials as an art historian. Over the years, I replied, well, you should ask my professional chartered accountant colleagues. They think I'm a nutcase for studying art. Over the years, I've made the history of our country, as Dr. Faiz has just mentioned, my hobby. One might say my passion. I've collected watercolors, paintings, antique maps, lithographs, and early postcards. And most of my 22 books have been about them, and my latest, Forgotten Images, Postcards of Pakistan 1890 to 47, was released just a few days ago. I offer my career as an example that it is possible to live beyond the confines of one's own profession. Duality is not a choice, it is an imperative. For nothing humanizes a person as much as the awareness that there is a world outside your own. One of my former students at Aijazuddin College had been granted admission in the Khan University here in Karachi. And at the end of his first term, I asked him what subjects had he been taught? Anatomy, biology, pharmacology? No, he replied, we were taught art, ethics, language, history. And the explanation our professor at the Khan University gave us was that while the AKU has 5 years to make a doctor out of you, it has only 3 months to make a human being out of you. So, as you graduate, remember that your degree is a veneer, it's a polish. Beneath it is a human being. So never lose that humanity and follow the advice of the late Steve Jobs. Don't let the noise of other person's opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and your intuition. Convocation speakers are expected to be inspirational and to utter homilies, but I leave that to future speakers who I'm sure will be older and wiser than I am. Instead, I will, though, touch upon a few points which might be of use to you as you enter the battle zone called life. Let me abbreviate it to an acronym, CROP. The first letter, C, stands for competition. And as Dr. Faiza has just mentioned to you, the world you're entering is a fiercely competitive jungle in which the animals happen to be shaped like human beings. If you choose to remain in Pakistan, you will have to fight to find your own space. And if you choose to go abroad, be prepared to face prejudice because of the color of your skin, the green of your passport, and the tincture of your religion. How many of you know a foreign language? Hands up. Aha. No, further, don't be shy. Yeah, okay. By the way, regardless of what English medium schools may teach you, Urdu is not a foreign language. Equip yourself. I mean it seriously. At Aijazuddin College, I found that boys, when they were asked to fill in their forms for application to US universities, and they said, which foreign languages do you know? And they would write Urdu. Okay? So equip yourself with another language, preferably French, Spanish, German, even American, or Chinese. Now, how many of you know Chinese? Aha. I introduced Chinese in Aijazuddin College, and there was a reason for it. And I've asked you why, whether you know Chinese or not, it is because whether you choose to go to China for higher studies or even for a job, you'll be competing against Chinese students everywhere in the world. The second letter R is for resilience. Time will not be kind to you. You will fail more often than you succeed. The greatest glory in living lies not in never failing, but in rising every time we fall. And those were the words of Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in jail and yet rose to become the president of South America. The third letter is O, opportunity. You've been gifted with an opportunity to study at the IVS. You'll have many more opportunities in the future. Had life not offered opportunities, we would still have been Neanderthals, and you would have been painting dinosaurs on cave walls. Gradually, over the years, one has seen the gamut of options available to each generation of graduates expand. Gone are the days when you had to be a lawyer, a doctor, a banker, or even a chartered accountant. Once I remember the principal of a private school, what was the name of his school? And he replied, यार पाकिस्तान में तो जो वालिदैन हैं ना वो बस एक ही सवाल पूछते हैं, आपका बेटा या बेटी कराची ग्रामर स्कूल में कहीं गए थे या कहीं और गए थे? So he said, my school is in the kahin aur category. Well, today, the IVS is beyond the somewhere else category. It is at par with the best here and abroad. 30 years ago, in 1994, the first batch of 18 IVS graduates qualified, 7 in communication design. How many of you here are communication designers? 5 in fine arts. There. You're outnumbered. 3 in textile design. And 2 in ceramics. None? Okay, and still only 2. Fine. I'm part of fine arts. Okay, I'm mentioning the 1984 batch. Today, there are over 184 of you. The curriculum offered here at IVS, the quality and dedication of your faculty, and the IVS's productive linkage with commerce and industry have set standards of excellence in our country. Your faculty has given you its best, and now it's up to you to use it to productive use. They will agree with me when I say instruction ends in the classroom. But true education begins and ends with life. Many years ago, I visited this campus soon after it was established. Your faculty informed me of its plans to relocate the old Nasarwanji building in Karadar and bring it here in Clifton. It took imagination of a rare sort and skilled craftsmanship for that building, a 4-story structure in Karadar, to be dismantled and reassembled here in Clifton. Painstakingly, 26,000 stones and hundreds of pieces of timber were meticulously numbered, removed, and carefully transferred and re-erected at this site. The closest modern parallel I can think of is the relocation of the ancient temple of Abu Simnal. It stood on the banks of the Nile for 3,000 years. When in the 1960s it was disassembled because the waters of the Aswan Dam were rising, 16,000 blocks of stone were removed and reassembled 200 meters high. Now, the new height had been calculated specially to catch, as the original temple had done, the rays of the sun in the morning on 2 days. February the 22nd, October the 22nd, because those were the days of the equinox. So this was the level of detail that went in, so that the light could then penetrate the entire length of the temple and light up the inner sanctuary. Here, in relocating the Nasarwanji building, the IVS has not only performed a similar miracle of re-engineering and relocation, but it has preserved our history, and that is important. Some years ago, when the Orange Line in Lahore threatened the Shalimar Gardens and Chaburji Gateway, both precious examples of Mughal monuments, the Punjab government, and don't ask me who was the chief minister, because he's moved even higher now, the Punjab government attempted to assuage public protest by offering to build them a new Shalimar Gardens. Those who forget history are condemned to forfeit it. Rudyard Kipling reminded us of this danger when in the 1890s he wrote that the then Lahore Municipal Corporation proposed to dismantle Taksali Gate, one of the 12 gates that moved into the old city. And they were going to dismantle it and sell the bricks. Kipling remonstrated. He said, "Oh, Lahoris, you can buy your bricks from any kiln, but where will you buy your heritage from?" And this brings me to my final letter in the acronym CROP, which is P stands for patriotism. One has never known a time when criticizing our country has not been fashionable. It is our favorite spectator sport. Most of us are armchair patriots. Others prefer to vote with their feet. Migrate to Canada, Australia, the UK, USA, any other country that will have them. Our intellectual topsoil is now to be found only abroad. Our best talent, it seems, can only germinate in foreign soil. But remember, it requires patriotism of a very high order to love your country, not for what it is, but despite what it is. In 1948, I witnessed the funeral cortege of the founder of our country, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, being drawn along what is now Victoria Road, now Abdullah Haroon Road. I was 6 years old, so now you know exactly how old I am. Young, yet old enough to remember stepping over rows and rows of sleeping Muhajirs, homeless, who were lying on the pavements of Victoria Road. Today, that very same Karachi has expanded as far as the eye can see, and that is true of every village that you visit or every town or city that you visit in Pakistan. We may be a third world country, but we're no longer a poor country. Count the number of swimming pools in a city like Karachi where everyone drinks bottled water. Count the number of vehicles that accompany every ministerial cavalcade. Even the beggars that they spend, and this is a fact, by the way, beggars can spend 1.5 crores of rupees to feed 10,000 of their baradari on the kul of their nani. Let me conclude, as one should, with the words of our founder. No nation will rise to the height of glory unless your women are side by side with you. Now, with a reception like that, one wonders whether one was in the wrong gender. That is why one is gratified to see out of 184 graduates, most of you, 80%, are females. To the 20% minority amongst you, let me offer you males some words of consolation. I told my Pathan driver once that my colleague who I was talking to, I was giving her a lift, I said, she's a chartered accountant like me. And he looked completely perplexed. And then when he found his voice, he said to me, Sahab, aap itni dur walayat gaye aurton ka kaam seekhne? Well, the truth is that the IVS has proved over the past 34 years since it admitted its first batch of students in 1980 that there is no such thing as men's work or women's work. Nations progress faster when they are gender-free, as is the IVS. Ladies, now that you've graduated, please use your qualification. Marry if you must, but do not give up your career. You can always get married again. Your career, though, lasts a lifetime. So make space for your creativity. Have children. And if you are so blessed, then send them to the Indus Valley School. They will be a credit to you. They'll be a credit to you as you are to your parents today. So let me conclude by congratulating the class of 2024. You deserve this degree. You worked for it. And all of us who are here and amongst your faculty are confident that this will be the first of many honors that you will earn throughout your career. God grant you the wisdom to apply your talents beyond your personal ambitions, because our country needs you more than you think. So IVS Zindabad and Pakistan Paindabad.
I request the Dean and Executive Director, Dr. Faiza Mushtaq, to escort the Chair of the Board of Governors, Mr. Zubair Sumro, to the front of the stage for the award of degrees.
The head of the Department of Architecture, Dr. Sunila Ahmed, will read the citations and present the candidates from the Department of Architecture to the Chair of the Board of Governors for the award of degrees.
Hello. Okay. Mr. Chairman, I present to you the students who have been examined and have qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Architecture in the Faculty of Architecture, to which I pray they may be admitted. Abu Bakr Wahed. Anusha Yasin. Awab Alvi. Passed with distinction in thesis. Basma Fahim. Hamna Hassan Malik. Idris Ali Asghar. Imsia Josefa. Mahnoor Zubair. Manal Omar. Mohammad Shajil Khan. Nabiha Nadeem. Neha Mansoor. Roya Mehsan Siddiqui. Saman Noman. Shabir Tayyab Jamali. Syed Ehsan Raza Zaidi. Passed with distinction in thesis. Syeda Shifa Zehra. Yumna Ali. Zoha bint Ashfaq.
The head of the Department of Interior Design, Ms. Kuratulayan Poonawalla, will read the citations and present the candidates from the Department of Interior Design to the Chair of the Board of Governors for the award of degrees.
Mr. Chairman, I present to you the students who have been examined and have qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Interior Design in the Faculty of Architecture, to which I pray they may be admitted. Amina Mansoor. Anush Fatima Mirza, passed with overall distinction and distinction in thesis. Ariba Fazal Makra. Arish Qureshi passed with overall distinction and distinction in thesis. Arisha Yunus. Bakhtavar Shabir passed with distinction in thesis. Batul Zoeb Jamali. Fareen Sheikh. Heba Qazi. Heba Samad Khan passed with distinction in thesis. Hurma Jawad. Ilma Aqil. Maisa Fatima passed with distinction in thesis. Mahnur Abdul Azim. Mahnur Afzal Khan. Manal Dojki. Myra Khan. Neha Salim. Nehan Asad. Sana Waheed. Syed Abdul Rahman. Tathir Fatima Mamdani. Zainul Abidin Haider. Thank you.
The head of the Department of Communication Design, Ms. Alfia Halai, will read the citations and present the candidates from the Department of Communication Design to the Chair of the Board of Governors for the award of degrees.
Mr. Chairman, I present to you the students who have been examined and have qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Communication Design in the Faculty of Design, to which I pray they be admitted. Abdul Razak Owais. Abiyad Anis Mahesar. Alishba Arshad, Alize Ali Shah, Amna Iftikhar, Anusha Nasir, Bilawal Bachal Panwar, Dania Nasir, Elia Fatma, Isha Khurram, Fahad Ilahi, passed with overall distinction. Fasi Mujtaba Chima, Fatma Azim, Fatma Farid, passed with overall distinction and distinction in thesis. Feha Imran, Hani Razvi, Hamza Asad Shah, Hania Ganatra, Hania Sherwani, passed with overall distinction and distinction in thesis. Harim Asad, Hiba Rehman, passed with overall distinction and distinction in thesis. Josefa bin Naeem, passed with distinction in thesis. Ikra Harun, Laiba Hassan, Maham Pasha, Manal Shakil, Maria Ahmed, Maria Masoom, Mariam Ayub, passed with overall distinction. Mariam Faisal, Mehek Ali Lashari, Muhammad Akil, Muhammad Umar, Nabia Tariq, Peer Muhammad Mufaz, Rania Khan, passed with distinction and thesis. Rimsha Zahid, Saad Awan, Sadia Shahid, Sahibzadi Naima Abbasi, passed with distinction and thesis. Sakina Agha, Salina Jalbani, Samin Mughal, Sara Fawad Ali, Shehzain Ahmad Basha, Shiza Amin, passed with overall distinction and thesis. Soha Batul Rizvi, Sohair Ali, Someha Ejaz Qazi, Syed Hassan Ali Qadri, Syed Muhammad Azhar Zaidi, Syed Mustafa Tariq, Syed Umar Hafiz, Syed Osama, Sayyida Abkara Shaukat, Taha Muhammad Faisal, passed with distinction and thesis. Wasif Khokar, Yumna Adnan, Zarbab Rehman, passed with overall distinction and thesis. And Zehra Fatma.
The head of the Department of Textile Design, Ms. Asya Seemab, will read the citations and present the candidates from the Fashion Design Program to the Chair of the Board of Governors for the award of degrees.
Mr. Chairman, I present to you the students who have been examined and have qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Fashion Design in the Faculty of Design, to which I pray they be admitted. Anaya, Dua Ashraf, Hiba Amir, Javeria Rahil passed with overall distinction and distinction in thesis. Maham Zafar passed with distinction in thesis. Malaika Haider, Mariam Tanzil Khan, Michelle Javed Iqbal passed with distinction in thesis. Mishkat Amna Hassan, Nimra Hassan, Noor-e-Ain Fatima Jamot, Rayan Iqbal passed with overall distinction. Sara Nadir Norazali, Sehresh Sahar.
Ms. Asia Seemab will now read the citations and present the candidates from the Textile Design Program to the Chair of the Board of Governors for the award of degrees.
Mr. Chairman, I present to you the students who have been examined and have qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Textile Design and 4-year diploma in Textile Design in the Faculty of Design, to which I pray they be admitted. Alisha Saeed passed with overall distinction. Alishba Amir passed with distinction in thesis. Aliza Amna passed with distinction in thesis. Amna Abdul Rab. Amna Farzeen Zafar. Anika Fatima Haider. Anika Fatima. Anushe Sohail. Aisha Babar. Basma Khan. Iman Imran, Diploma in Textile Design. Isha Nawaz. Faria Irfan, Diploma in Textile Design. Fatma Khalid. Filza Maqsood. Hadiba Khan. Hafsa Jamil Rahmani. Hania. Angela Rafiq, Javeria Osman, Laiba Faisal, Maha Khan, Mahanur Mahmood, Maria Javed, Mina Aslam Bhavani, Mohibullah Khan, Muhammad Hamza passed with overall distinction and distinction in thesis. Muhammad Waleed Bilwani, Nareem Tausif, Nimra Masood, Umama Nadeem, Rifza Kaleem Siddiqui, Rija Kadri passed with overall distinction. Sabah Afzal, Sadaf Mola Baksh, Saifullah, Simal Aftab, Surah Jalil, Zahra Said.
The head of the Department of Fine Art, Ms. Sahin Naveed, will read the citations and present the candidates from the Department of Fine Art to the Chair of the Board of Governors for the award of degrees.
Mr. Chairman, I present to you the students who have been examined and have qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Art in the Faculty of Fine Art, to which I pray they be admitted. Ali Hamiz Kader Mangi. Anmol Babar, passed with distinction in thesis. Ariba Asif. Axel Lucas. Dania Saqib. Dua Azim. Iman Farhan. Ikra Zulfikar, Iza Avan, Khatija Jamot, Maham Tareen, Mariam Rahmani, Minahil Mustafa, Muhammad Shahroz Danish, Myra Hussain, Neha Fatma, Samia Ahmed, Sumaya Salman, Sufia Javed, Syed Muhammad Zurais Jafri, passed with distinction in thesis. Ushna Aman, Zehra Fatma Qazi, Zehra Shabir Khan, passed with overall distinction. Zohra Zafar, Zunaira Rashid Ahmed, passed with overall distinction. Thank you.
The Director Graduate Studies, Ms. Armine Shah, will read the citations and present the candidates from the graduate program to the Chair of the Board of Governors for the award of degrees.
Mr. Chairman, I present to you the students who have been examined and qualified for the degree of MPhil in Art and Design in the faculties of Fine Art, Design and Architecture, to which I pray they be admitted. Ghania Shams Khan, Sana Naqvi, Syed Safdar Ali, passed with overall distinction.
The Registrar will request the Chair of the Board of Governors for acceptance of the degrees.
May I request the Chair of the Board of Governors to accept the candidates to their respective degrees.
Will the graduating students please rise to receive your acceptance?
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Chair of the Board of Governors of this school, I admit you to your respective degrees and charge you that in the conduct of your life and in your conversation and deeds, you do prove yourselves worthy of the same. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Zubair Sumru.
I request the Dean and Executive Director, Dr. Faiza Mushtaq, to accompany our honored Chief Guest, Mr. Fakir Saeed Aijazuddin, who will present the awards in different categories.
Instituted in memory of Dr. Zaman Siddiqui, this award is conferred upon a student of the graduating class for carrying out outstanding research in the final research paper.
The Dr. Zaman Siddiqui Award for the year 2024 goes to Sayyid Ehsan Raza Zaidi from the Department of Architecture.
The FOMA Abu Shamim Arif Award, sponsored by the Foundation of Museum of Modern Art, is instituted in memory of Abu Shamim Arif and is given to the graduating student for the best research in the Department of Fine Art.
The award carries a cash prize of Rs 50,000. The FOMA Abu Shamim Arif Award for the year 2024 goes to Zahra Shabir Khan.
The Agha Hassan Abidi Award, sponsored by the Infaq Foundation, is instituted in memory of Agha Hassan Abidi. This award is given to the graduating student of the Architecture Department who has achieved the highest overall cumulative GPA. The award carries a cash prize of Rs 200,000. With a cumulative GPA of 3.41, the 2024 Agha Hassan Abidi Award goes to Insia Josefa.
The Zuhur-e-Akhlaq Award, instituted in memory of the renowned artist Zuhur-e-Akhlaq, is awarded to the best drawing portfolio of a graduating student in the Department of Fine Art. The 2024 Zuhur-e-Akhlaq Award goes to Zunaira Rashid.
The Tharyani Award for Architectural Design Excellence has been initiated in recognition of the countless years of service to architectural practice and architectural education by the Tharyani family of architects. This award is given to a graduating student of architecture with the highest cumulative grade point average in 8 design studios following the foundation program. It carries a cash award of Rs 50,000 along with a certificate of appreciation. For achieving a CGPA of 3.49 in Architecture Design Studios, this award for the year 2024 goes to Awab Alwi.
In recognition of Samina Qureshi, an influential artist, designer, author, and educator, the Samina Qureshi Award for the most outstanding portfolio is awarded to a student of the Communication Design Department who demonstrated a high level of academic zeal and outstanding execution of projects as reflected to the portfolio. The award carries a cash prize of Rs 50,000. The Samina Qureshi Award for the year 2024 goes to Feha Imran.
In recognition and memory of Jalaluddin Ahmed's lifelong devotion to the cause of the arts and his close association with Indus Valley School of Art and Architecture, the Jalaluddin Ahmed Foundation for Promotion of Arts has instituted the annual Jalaluddin Ahmed Award for the most outstanding artistic talent of IVS. The award comes with a cash prize of Rs 50,000 and is given to a graduating student from the Fine Art Department who has the highest cumulative GPA. The annual Jalaluddin Ahmed Award for the year 2024 goes to Zahra Shabir Khan.
The Sher Asfandiar Khan Award for the Fine Art Department is given to the student for achieving the highest marks in thesis jury. The award carries a cash prize of Rs 50,000. The Sher Asfandiar Khan Award for the Department of Fine Art for the year 2024 goes to Syed Mohammad Zorez Jafri.
The Sher Asfandiar Khan Award for the Interior Design Department is given to the student for achieving the highest marks in thesis jury. The award carries a cash prize of Rs 50,000. This year, the award is being shared by two students. The Sher Asfandiar Khan Awards for the Department of Interior Design for the year 2024 goes to Arij Qureshi and Maisa Fatima. Thank you, Mr. Faqir Syed Aijazuddin, for presenting these awards.
The Ruby Ghaznavi Award is instituted by COIL in honor of Ruby Ghaznavi's lifelong work in preserving and promoting indigenous crafts and sustainable practices in the fields of textiles. This award is given to a graduating student from the Textile Design Department at IVS who has shown tenacity and passion in the pursuit of their goals.
I would like to request Ms. Sara Farooqi, Director of COIL, to please come up on stage and present the award. The Ruby Ghaznavi Award for the year 2024 goes to Aliza Amna.
Distinction awards are given to graduating students who have achieved a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 or above in the undergraduate programs and cumulative grade point average of 3.7 and above for the graduate program. This year, 17 students will receive this award. The Chair of the Board of Governors, Mr. Zubair Sumro, is requested to present these awards.
The distinction awards are presented in ascending order of CGPA. Hania Sherwani, Bachelor of Communication Design with a CGPA of 3.5. Arij Qureshi, Bachelor of Interior Design with a CGPA of 3.51. Muhammad Hamza, Bachelor of Textile Design with a CGPA of 3.51. Fahad Elahi, Bachelor of Communication Design with a CGPA of 3.52.
Zarbab Rahman, Bachelor of Communication Design with a CGPA of 3.52. Javiya Rahil, Bachelor of Fashion Design with a CGPA of 3.53. Zunaira Rashid Ahmed, Bachelor of Fine Art with a CGPA of 3.53. Rayan Iqbal, Bachelor of Fashion Design with a CGPA of 3.55.
Alicia Saeed, Bachelor of Textile Design with a CGPA of 3.56. Zara Shabir Khan, Bachelor of Fine Art with a CGPA of 3.56. Rija Qadri, Bachelor of Textile Design with a CGPA of 3.57. Fatima Fareed, Bachelor of Communication Design with a CGPA of 3.58.
Shiza Amin, Bachelor of Communication Design with a CGPA of 3.62. Anush Fatma Mirza, Bachelor of Interior Design with a CGPA of 3.64. Hiba Rahman, Bachelor of Communication Design with a CGPA of 3.7. Syed Safdar Ali, MPhil in Art and Design with a CGPA of 3.73.
Finally, for achieving the highest CGPA of 3.76, the Distinction and Valedictorian Award goes to Mariam Ayub from Bachelor of Communication Design.
Thank you, Mr. Zubair Sumro. The valedictorian Mariam Ayub will now present her valedictory speech.
Good morning, everyone. Or it's almost afternoon now. Respected guests, faculty, family, friends, and of course, the people of the hour, the graduating class of 2024! Being here today, I'd like you all to think back to your first day at IVS, the person you were at the start of this journey. Maybe you were full of confidence or uncertainty, and take a moment to think about how far you've come. After years of crashing softwares, losing our minds over juror kaun hoga, convincing Ehsan Bhai to let us in without our IDs, asking Ghulam Bhai for ek cup chai with empty wallets, and begging our teachers for what's the last extension, miss? We finally made it. I truly believe our journeys at IVS have been those of self-discovery and transformation. You see, when I first joined IVS, I was all bright-eyed and full of nothing's gonna stop me now energy. Until I had a back injury that did stop me. I had to take off 2 years of my architecture degree, and to say it was challenging would be an understatement. There were many days where I did not think I would be able to sit again, let alone be able to work. I did some soul searching during that time, and I realized communication design was more my calling. And I rejoined in 2022 as a student of the CD department. I debated whether or not to mention this part of my personal journey today. But the reason I did is because I learned 2 really important things during that time. 1, no matter how much you plan your life, it will take its own course. It will be painful, uncomfortable, and downright unbearable at times. So in those times, when things don't work out as you had hoped, just focus on getting through that day, then the next, and so on. Take it one day at a time, even when hope seems scarce, and somehow, some way, things do have a way of working themselves out. And number 2, when you're exhausted and feel a little beaten down by the world, you'll need people to lean on. And who better than artists and designers to empathize with you? My time in IVS has given me a support system, from friends to faculty and staff. It would not have been possible to have achieved this milestone without each other. Even on our hardest days, when we complained about our critiques and juries, despite saying we couldn't wait to leave this place, IVS quietly became our community, our home away from home. But today isn't just about survival. It's also about transformation. At IVS, we've done more than just learn how to create. We've learned how to see. We've learned to see the world not just as it is, but as it could be. And that perspective is our greatest tool as we step into this world. Through the mentorship of our teachers and the collaboration of our peers, we've cultivated a sensitivity and empathy that goes far beyond art and design. IVS gave us the space and, more importantly, the people, both friends and mentors, to help us discover who we are, what we want, and that we are not alone. My journey to this moment was anything but straightforward. And I know I'm not alone in that. Each of us has had our challenges, our roadblocks, and our detours. And yet here we sit together. Proof that no matter how uncertain the path, perseverance and community can carry us through. Because let's face it, no one understands the struggles of creators better than creators, especially our teachers. To our teachers, thank you for helping us get here with your patience and guidance. And to our families, thank you for supporting us, even when our paths seemed unclear and unconventional. To my fellow graduates, thank you for your kindness, shared laughs and tears, and the countless memes and WhatsApp stickers that have kept us sane throughout all of this. So here's to the breakdowns, and the breakthroughs, and the people who made it all worth it. IVS wasn't just an art school, it was the beginning of everything we are about to create. And I, for one, can't wait to see what all of you will do. Congratulations, class of 2024. We have done it. Thank you.
I now request the Dean and Executive Director, Dr. Faiza Mushtaq, to make the announcement for the Founders Award.
The Founders Award is presented to a graduating student who has not only excelled in his or her academic performance, but who also showed a strong commitment to the school and the chosen profession, participated in extracurricular activities within and outside the school, has been humble, open-minded, and mature in dealings with faculty members and with fellow students. In other words, this award gives recognition to the graduate who most closely reflects the philosophy of the school as envisaged by the founders. May I request Mrs. Shanaz Ismail, one of the founders of the Indus Valley School of Art and Architecture, to present this year's award? So this year's Founders Award will be given to Sura Jalil from Textile Design.
I now request the Dean and Executive Director, Dr. Faiza Mushtaq, to make the announcement for the Alumni Award.
Okay, the IVS Alumni Award is sponsored by the IVS Alumni Association. It appreciates a thesis design project which is embedded in social awareness and shares responsibility for a better tomorrow, an initiative that follows our founder's vision. May I request Asim Muhammad Amin, President of the Alumni Association, to please come on stage to present the Alumni Award. This year, one student is receiving an honorable mention for the Alumni Thesis Award as well. That student's name is Saman Numan from Architecture. The Alumni Award for the year 2024 goes to a student from Communication Design, Hiba Rahman.
The management of Indus Valley School of Art and Architecture acknowledges the dedication and commitment of staff and faculty members for completing 10, 25, and 30 years of continuous service at the Indus Valley School of Art and Architecture. This year, 2 faculty and 3 staff members will receive a 10-year service award, 1 staff member will receive a 25-year service award, and 1 staff member will receive a 30-year service award.
May I request the Chair of the Executive Committee, Mr. Shahab Ghani Khan, to come forward and present these awards.
The first 10-year service award goes to Assistant Professor Ira Kazi from the Department of Architecture. Assistant Professor Ira Kazi from the Department of Architecture.
The second 10-year service award goes to Assistant Professor Mavish Ghulam Rasool from the Department of Interior Design.
The third 10-year service award goes to Mr. Asif Nawab, librarian of the school.
The fourth 10-year service award goes to Mr. Aziz Ahmed, technical staff in the foundation program.
The fifth 10-year service award goes to Mr. Umair Saeed, registrar of the school.
The 25-year service award goes to Mr. Muhammad Ilyas, IT manager.
The 30-year service award goes to Mr. Kashif Nizar, academic coordinator.
Thank you, Mr. Shahab Ghani Khan, for presenting these awards.
I now request the Chair of the Board of Governors, Mr. Zubair Sumro, to come and present the concluding remarks.
I will go with this on the assumption that it is working. Our distinguished keynote speaker, Mr. Aijazuddin, who is also an old and dear friend, Dr. Ishrat Hussain, who actually is the one who introduced me to IVS, I think about 5-6 years ago. Mr. Bilgrami, without whom this would be incomplete. Board members, EC members, parents, and most of all, students and the graduating class. You know, I have learned that IVS is a special place, and that spirit is so evident today in all of you. My speech will be very short. In fact, it's just a few points on one sheet of paper, so you can rest easy. Is that okay? Shall I use this instead? It may be okay. This was a good year for IVS. In fact, a wonderful year. You know, we are now financially sustainable. And of course, me coming with a banking background, that was one of the first things one zeroes in on. We have invested in technology considerably this year. We completely upgraded the entire computer lab. We also replaced all the main servers supporting that lab. And then most recently, we did an upgrade of the network within the buildings. So the quality of access and connectivity you get, should be considerably better. All this was made possible, because of support from donors. And Dr. Faiza has already mentioned some of them. And I would just add one, and that is a Dr. Zia Bhatti, who is a Pakistani American in Chicago, and his life has been invested in the IT business. So he has opened up that avenue for IVS, and he personally donated for the entire network upgrade, which was a sizable amount. We also have the challenge this year, after 10 years of waiting for the Sindh government to respond to our application for additional space, to build additional space. We got the approvals during this year. So the plan is to add 2 floors. And something to look forward to for all. We have also, strengthened, our whole framework of governance through updating policies and the whole performance management system. So the stronger performance are, specially recognized. With help from the founders, and particularly Noorjahan Bilgrami, we are also, now that we have done the first 30 years, we are also re-looking at our vision with the change times, with the climate change issues, with perhaps also, a looking away from the West and more inward, to harvest lessons and values within our societies and communities, which may have been somewhat set aside while we all looked to the West. So she is leading that entire effort. Now, for those graduating, I must mention that in the degree show, I went around and, the quality of the thesis work was really quite exceptional. For those who haven't seen it yet and who are here today, I would, of course, strongly encourage it. But, just to mention a few examples, and, there were many others of the same quality, but there was one on Balochistan. And, this was on the disappeared people and how that whole theme. There was also another one on the workings of the government, how files move. And you see that they usually just go round in circles. So that's something to keep in mind as you go forward. There was also another one about how to use empty spaces inside a busy city like ours. So very creative. And yet another, which was on in such a busy environment and with such pressure on space and on people, that how to still find corners in which you can reflect. Also very imaginatively done. So, you see what that made me think was that most education institutions you go through at this level, they will teach you about a particular subject. Not only that, but it's mostly that. What IVS, I think, does is to open up your creativity, and to help you innovate. And these are skills that it's not just what you take to a potential new job, but these are skills that can affect your whole life as you go forward. Now, I would say that whatever your personal circumstances, and here I'm repeating what our distinguished chief guest and keynote speaker mentioned, it is very easy as you get into, all the personal issues we have to face on a day-to-day basis, and then you are fully exposed to it. And there's a danger that you set your dreams aside. I think that you have to guard against. You have to, don't lose this creativity that has been nurtured, learn how to use it. Additionally, what you may not see the full value of today is the networking. All these friends that you have built up, these, as the years go by, those linkages you can gain from in terms of friendships and values and your whole life. So again, protect those, look after those. As you go out to become alumni, another thought I'd leave with you, in these times of high inflation, the last few years, our financial support, or the number of students needing financial support, has gone up substantially. And so has our, catering to that. But if you keep one thought in your mind that, a few years down the road, maybe it's 3 years, maybe it's 5 years, that each class gets together and funds one student, give financial support to one student. Given the fact that we've been here 30 years, that's potentially adding a good number of students to whom we can give additional financial support. So keep that idea in mind. I'll just close by wishing you a happy and fulfilling life and career, and by thanking our founders, our board, the executive committee, the faculty, staff, and all of you for everything you put into it. Good luck and congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Zubair Sumro.
The Registrar will now request the Chair of the Board of Governors, Mr. Zubair Sumro, to declare the convocation closed.
May I request the Chair of the Board of Governors to declare the convocation closed.
I hereby declare the convocation closed.
The graduating students are requested to reassemble near the turtle pond for the tree planting ceremony immediately after the departure of the procession. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly remain seated until after the academic procession departs, when further announcements will be made.